Welcome back to our second lesson on Aristotle. And this one's gonna be about comedy. Let us start with the origin of comedy. There were festivals in ancient Greece dedicated to the god Dionysus, who was in charge of entertainment and wine. There were two choral competitions dedicated to Dionysus, the Lenaia, which happened during the winter months where comedies were staged, and Dionysia during the months of spring where tragedy was staged. 15,000 people could hear perfectly in a large hall, and actors were all male and all of them had to wear masks. Comedy represented the worst characters of men, when tragedy represented the most noble and heroic characters. Comedy had to ridicule the vices of sinners and make the people laugh from the ugliness of the soul and not the physical components. The audience had to love the comic character in order to laugh at him. Next, we move on to Aristotle and his views on the epic. Just as tragedy and comedy originated from the festivals of Dionysus, epic originated from devotional hymns and paeans sung in honor of great heroes. The form of the epic was similar to tragedy, except the parts song and spectacle were missing. The epic imitated by narration. The mimesis is the narration here. But the epic was suitable only for a cultured few, a learned, educated audience who were very few during the time of ancient Greece. The epic could run to any length, whereas a tragedy had to be of a certain magnitude. Epic poems could be grand with lots of episodes, but still the plot had to concentrate on the life of one hero only. Fantasy and imagination could be included in the epic to further elongate the form, whereas it has to be limited in tragedy. A comparison of epic and tragedy. As already mentioned, epic is only for the refined audience, whereas tragedy is for men of all classes and all tastes. Tragedy gives greater pleasure because it has music and scenery. Finally, a comment on the art of rhetoric. This is from Aristotle's Rhetoric. The two most important facts that were necessary for a piece of writing were clearness and propriety. The writer could choose current words if he were writing a piece of educational prose. To introduce novelty and innovation, the writer could choose archaism, foreign words, and coined words of his own. And always the writing should give dignity and charm. Metaphor is the most praised figure of speech among all the others. Metaphor praises indirectly. Aristotle praised the usage of metaphor. And last of all, a good writer always avoids ambiguity or layers of meanings and multiple clauses in a writing. But most of all, a good writer must first create pleasure and teach his audience or readers through that pleasure. Thank you for watching my videos on Aristotle. And once again, I am very open to suggestions and comments. If you would like me to create a video on a particular topic, please mention it in the comments. Thank you.